Good morning. I'd say Asheville was the most teaching moment of my life. I could not understand the oppressors better than I do now. It was fucking horrific. I didn't rob anyone, didn't kill anyone, didn't rape anyone. So simply because some white people's feelings, they felt slightly uncomfortable, they decided to destroy relationships, livelihoods, things that took years to create. The immense sense of entitlement and privilege. It's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. It's the weakest motherfuckers on the planet. Because the only cure for weakness is suffering. And they're afraid to suffer, so they will never improve. They will never grow strong because they won't suffer. They're scared to suffer. And that's why people will destroy people's lives like the mafia, because they felt slightly uncomfortable. Not because they had any actual crime against them that they can even fucking bring up. It's just because they're weak and cowardly human beings who have been pampered so long and haven't suffered enough in their life that they've become weak bitches. And that's it. They're just weak fucking bitches. Like, fundamentally. And I think they're the worst people that I have ever met. They are my archetype for what bad people are, to be honest. Reason this has happened. Is mainly just like social issues that we've been dealing with for hundreds of years. The children of the oppressors and the children of the conquerors and the children of the slavers are used to this shit and are shocked when equality hits them. They're shocked when someone tells them to go fuck themselves. You know, shut the fuck up. Who cares what you have to say? And they will kill people for it. Like, that's, their penis is that small. They will kill people for it. They still really want to be the person from 1800. They're just really frustrated that they're not allowed to be anymore. And that's illegal. In fact, they resent the government that made it illegal. They hate it. And it wouldn't surprise me if these people wanted black people picking cotton in the fields. I'm just saying. Because that would represent service to their community. That would represent a hazing for their community, because look at their community. Look at America. Look at everything they gave us. Capitalism, Fortune 500. Look at everything they gave us. Xboxes, TV, Netflix, pop music, you know, taxes. Yeah, they brought us all sorts of stuff. So it's like, you know, according to their logic, everyone else should be grateful for their society. Everyone should be kissing up to them. Everyone should show them respect for that. So, like, it makes sense from a white supremacist perspective that black people should be in the fields picking cotton, because that's how they're paying for their right to live in their wondrous, glorious society. You know? And this is more modernly depicted with immigrants. Immigrants should be picking their equivalent of cotton, picking fruit in the field for 75 cents an hour, because that's how they've earned their right to live in this white society. It's truly fucking disgusting. And every day I'm just fucking sickened by it. I walk around and I see it, and I'm fucking sickened by it. Every time someone has that attitude, I look at you as lower than a fucking cockroach. I look at you like a fucking pig who rapes fucking prostitutes on the fucking sidewalk. I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you, you entitled sack of shit. Fucking, and they're malicious and they're vicious and they try, and this is the best thing. This is the best thing. Like, this is why it's such a spiritual crime, is that they distort and pervert every aspect of truth so that they can try to frame themselves as superior every time. Because after all, they are the weakest motherfuckers in the world. They will not accept suffering and therefore will not improve. They will not grow stronger until they accept suffering as the prerequisite for greatness. And because they choose not to fucking suffer, they're still like gooey little doughboys. What the fuck? That's their fault. They chose not to suffer. You chose to sit on your ass. You chose to live a cushy life. And now you're weak because of it. And now you're pissed off at all the people who've suffered their entire lives for having fucking six-packs and shit. You're a fucking asshole. Like, oh my God, how dare they fucking be better than me? And that's the huge joke of it, is just mediocre fucking white guys. And it's like, I have white privilege and shit. There's nothing to do with that. But like, these fucking motherfuckers are just like mediocre, and they think that they are like as good as the elite of other people. Like, the mediocre of the supremacist group thinks they're on par with like the elite of every other group of people. Like the average white man thinks he should hang out with the elite black man. The average white man thinks he should hang out with the elite Mexican. You know, and it's just like, you are not that high up in rank. You don't know. And it's mainly because you've chosen a life of comfort, not a life of fucking introspection and suffering. Because that is the only thing that buys wisdom. The only thing that buys wisdom. That's the only thing that buys understanding of the world. That's the only thing that buys worldliness. That's the only thing that buys fucking education. Or at least a drive to become educated. You know? And I have to fucking deal with this shit every fucking single day. And I gotta say, dude, like, fucking, I walk up and there's some fat guy who fucking can't, who like literally doesn't know where Constantinople is and doesn't know what's going on in geopolitics right now and hasn't read fucking goddamn and David Thoreau and shit, and he's looking at me like a retard, and I'm like, you are a mediocre white supremacist. That's what I see you as. You're just like a mediocre fucking example of Homo sapiens that you fucking that thinks that literally you're better than anyone else. Like, what the fuck kind of stones are you throwing in your glass house? You're fucking diabetic and you look fucking gross, and you can't tell me the fucking first thing about history. You can't tell me shit. Tell me something smart. I don't like to think a lot. Dude, like, that's not a pride. We live in a culture where it's a virtue to be fucking an ignorant fuck. It's like, well, no, I'm so busy, I just can't think. Well, then you're a slave. That's what slaves are. Just so you know. Well, I don't really like to think about hard things. That's because you have your head shoved up your ass. That's called privilege. These are these things. Period. They're physically real, and like, no matter how you dress it up, making a virtue out of being a stupid motherfucker is the most shameful thing we could do, as if Americans needed anything else for the rest of the world to make fun of. You know? Holy shit, I'm proud to be fucking ignorant. I don't watch the news. I don't read about philosophy. No, I don't know about that. Oh, there's a genocide going on and I'm paying for it? Who cares? I don't like to think about negative things. God damn, just fucking... Maybe they need to huff some paint until they fucking can't think no more. And then they won't talk. Oh my God. In the meantime, I'm gonna eat some fucking, some Alpha Brain. By the way, you know, I'm not gonna show their image if I ever put this on here, but like, if Alpha Brain wants to give me free Alpha Brain, I would love that. Alpha Brain. Oh my God. Alpha Brain is awesome. Not because it's like a company or anything, it's making my brain work better. I like it. Yeah, most importantly, brain vitamins. Brain vitamins are crucial. All right. But that's what's really frustrating me. And I have to fucking deal with it. I lived in Asheville. I went there. I literally put on nice clothes I found at the Free store. I literally found a $300 coat and a fucking cardboard box on the side of fucking Patton. And I put it on, and I looked better than most of these assholes who've been working 20 years. That's what happened. I put almost every piece of clothing I have ever had has come out of a Free store, a Free box, a dumpster, or a fucking Goodwill. Every single piece of clothing I have. And they were very frightened by that because like, you don't have enough money and you don't have enough status with us to be able to feel like you're worth something, to be able to dress nice. And obviously that's true because I was wearing clothes that I found out of a homeless shelter free bin, and people were super threatened by how I dressed simply because I dressed nicer than them, because I want to care about myself, and I feel like a practice for caring about myself. If you don't have anything else productive to do today, dress nice, get dressed, get in your God mode, you know? And they were threatened by that. And this is what instigated this whole emotional field, is that I was not considered high enough class to give a fuck about myself, to like myself. I have to pay them a certain amount of money. I have to get their sign-off approval to like myself, to think that I'm good. It's disgusting, and it's awoken a hate that I never knew I could feel inside of myself. It's hate I feel every morning. It's a sadness that children and future generations are going to have to deal with those people. They're sick pieces of shit, and they are a cancer on the world, a literal disease. The whole world works together in harmony, but this world out of fear just exploits everything it touches, decimating the natural world behind it. It's literally a tumor, and it's a disease made by faulty programming. We have rejected our original instructions as humans, and we have taken on this patriarchal white supremacist capitalism, and we just keep eating because our fat asses until our fat asses literally explode. Our swollen bellies just can't get enough. We've become like a fucking tapeworm. We've become like Earth's tapeworm. We're a fucking disease. And it sucks. And it's mainly because of this feeling, because if the mentality that created white supremacy could be alleviated, then the mentality that creates Western consumer capitalist extractive mining processes would also be alleviated, because in case people aren't smart enough to connect these two dots, these two behaviors are connected by fearful narcissism. They're very, very afraid of losing everything. They're afraid of the Germans coming. They're afraid of the Mexicans taking all their jobs. They're afraid. Be very, very afraid. And that's it. You know, they're super, super fucking afraid. So in the same way, like the reason that humans act like a fucking cancer on the world and go, hey, you know what? No, it's going to support our survival and benefit our lives, destroying our life support system. So they strip mine fucking mountains and clear cut forests. Because they're like, this will, like their viral carcinogenic programming in their heads going, well, this is how I'm going to stay safe and healthy and fed, by murdering my planet. That's cancerous data. That healthy body cell has been given cancerous data, and now it transformed into a cancer cell. This is observable in the body. It's observable in the body. This is observable on a societal scale. This is observable on a planetary scale. The effects of cancer are pretty recognized. Cancer, carcinogen. Carcinogen is a piece of data. It attaches to healthy cells, and this data convinces this healthy cell to act differently than it's intended to. And it could act a million different ways, but because it's not doing what it's supposed to, it becomes cancer. And then it starts talking to the next cell, to the cell that's touching it, and goes, hey, would you like to convert? Will you be just like me, or I'll kill you? And then the next cell either becomes a white blood cell and fights, or it becomes another cancer cell. And then it just keeps doing this until the body just dies. That's basically Western civilization. I mean, hell, it's industrial civilization. It's more than West now. I mean, it's West and East. But industrial patriarchal civilization is basically the tumor of the planet. And I mean, either this is the end of our species or the end of civilization. It's coming to a point where it's you or me. Because if this civilization continues on, our whole species will go extinct. And if this civilization ends, then all the people who are mediocre, who thrive off of their privilege, will no longer have their privilege or their protections, or their products to buy. Most of them will probably die because they have relied on that privilege for so long. And this is the choice that humanity is faced with. And whether we like it or not, or whether we'd like to admit it or not, whether we like to say, na 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 boo boo, I can't hear you, it's will come to pass. And we'll just have to adjust. After all, that's how climate change and evolution works. We just have to adjust. Even if we can't adjust fast enough, we have to adjust. And if we can't adjust fast enough, we just die. So, survival of the most adaptable. Evolve quick. Be sharp. Have a good one. And most of all, never, ever, ever let yourself be mediocre. Because mediocrity becomes its own slave. Because where can you go if you are mediocre except in comfort? You can only go to comfort. Everywhere else will hurt you. And that's why I think it's a sin to dwell in this mediocrity that sits on the couch. You know? Signing off. Cheers.